Hi, my name is Kevin Johnson, and I'm here to inform everyone that the government has dropped the ball when it comes to childhood obesity. Imagine you're at home and your child comes in from school, and you notice every day she comes from school, he or she is gaining 2 or 3 pounds every other week, and you realizing like, well, I feed my child the right food at home, so it must be something else. And then you also realize that the child spend most of their day at school. They eat at school, they eat breakfast at school, they eat lunch at school, they play around at school, and you have to realize that that's the reason why they are getting big or getting obese, in other words. Of course, most parents don't have the luxury to send their children to the schools that have the good nutrition food, that have the good breakfast, the good lunches, and the good physical activities. And the government knows this, and that's when the government to automatically regulate good nutrition foods in schools, especially the public schools. According to the research that I have done, 29 million students are enrolled in the lunch program, and 15 million of those students are enrolled in the breakfast program. That's 51% now are enrolled in a free reduced lunch program, according to the state of childhood obesity. What that means is that now the schools can feed them whatever they get their hands on, as far as pizza and donuts, wherever's cheap, basically. And that's not a good thing. Like I said, our children are spending the most of their day at school. They're eating their lunch and their breakfast at schools. Of course, a lot of factors go into our children's obesity, physical and eating behaviors, genetics, metabolism, and bad childhood events. But the government can't control the bad childhood events, and they can control genetics and metabolism. But I will tell you what they can control. And the first thing it is the food that they sell, but give our children in schools. When I was in school and I took care of my little cousin, he was eating donuts, pizza every day. The same was I was eating donuts and pizzas every day because that's all they offered. And they also offered, in between classes, vending machines, snack bars, and these student stores where they could buy chips and donuts and cupcakes and things of the nature. And they sold little to none nutritional foods at all. And the government knows this, and they should do something about that because that's just not a good thing. According to Seagull, 90% of students have poor diets, and they are not getting the 60 minutes of physical activity which they need in schools. That being said, that's the reason because 44% of administration is cutting back on physical activities because of reading and mathematics, and because no child left behind that. And that's not a good thing because they could have done more research on that, saying that their children have to have 60 minutes of good physical activities. 35% of calorie intake are fat foods. The age from 2 to 19 age, two-thirds of those children or students is not getting they fruits and vegetables in schools at all, according to the Jamie Network. The age of 6 to 17, according to the NCBI, they have to have at least 60 minutes of vigorous physical education to get to be good and healthy with their age group. In conclusion, we see that the government had dropped the ball big time. And they should definitely regulate these programs that they took out in 2018. And I want to share this one fact with the class is that in 1997, the government made obesity an epidemic, and they have not done a good job with that. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.